In an era where a single F-35 can cost more than the entire annual defense budget of some nations, it's easy to think that only an endless treasury can buy you air dominance. But what if I told you there's a fighter jet out there proving you absolutely don't need a royal fortune to rule the skies? This aircraft was born in secrecy, initially mocked by many as just a budget jet. Yet, against all odds, it has already dodged missiles in real combat, outfoxed fourth-generation heavyweights, and perhaps most surprisingly, exported faster than almost any modern fighter in its class. So let me introduce you to the JF17 Thunder, the plane that somehow manages to pack a $100 million punch into a $25 million frame. Stick around, because by the end of this you'll not only know why air forces from Nigeria to Myanmar are betting their national security on this machine, but you'll also understand why most Western analysts still can't quite pronounce its name, let alone comprehend its impact. This isn't just about a cheap jet. It's about a paradigm shift in how nations acquire and wield air power. Alright, pause whatever you're thinking about right now and really consider this. How do you shoot down a supersonic drone screaming across the sky at 50,000 feet, bomb a pirate camp hidden deep on a remote coastline, and still make it home in time for lunch, all without emptying your national treasury? That isn't a hypothetical question, or some kind of video game fantasy. That three-part riddle is the actual day-to-day job description of the JF17 Thunder. While headlines across the globe drool over the latest fifth-generation stealth fighters and their eye-watering price tags, this lightweight contender has been quietly, almost invisibly racking up combat kills. It's integrated a cutting-edge active electronically scanned array, or ESA, radar, and slapped long-range PL-15 missiles under its wings, giving it a reach that few in its class can match. And all of that for roughly the price of a single Hollywood blockbuster. Seriously, think about that value proposition. If you believe, as I do, that true power is the ability to do more with less, then the Thunder isn't just good. It's a masterclass in efficient, effective air warfare. It's rewriting the rules of what's possible for nations that don't have bottomless defense budgets. Origins. Necessity. Meet ingenuity. Let's rewind a bit to the late 90s. The Pakistan Air Force, or PAF, found itself caught in a truly nasty strategic triangle. On one side, crippling international sanctions were squeezing their access to advanced Western military technology. On another, shrinking funds meant their budget was stretched thinner than ever before. And on the third, they were facing an aging fleet of Mirage 3s and venerable Chengdu J7s that, frankly, could neither fight nor flee effectively against India's rapidly modernizing air force, which was quickly acquiring advanced Sukhoi Su-30 MKIs. Buying new Western jets meant accepting political strings and often outright refusal. Buying Russian meant a whole different set of counterstrings and dependencies. So Pakistan did what pragmatists often do when backed into a corner. They turned to their trusted neighbor, China. The idea wasn't born on a fancy drawing board, but rather one could say sketched out on the back of, well, not quite a napkin, but close enough to convey the urgency and simplicity of the initial vision. The goal was crystal clear. Replace every obsolete light fighter in their inventory by 2010, keep the unit cost under a very strict $30 million, and crucially, build most of it at home to foster local industry and create jobs. This wasn't just about getting a new plane. It was about achieving strategic independence and economic growth. By 2003, the first prototype rolled out of the hangar, a testament to rapid development. By 2007, the PAF proudly raised its first operational squadron, and by 2010, the jet was already flying combat air patrols along the volatile Afghan border, proving its mettle in a real-world operational environment. This wasn't just necessity mothering invention. It was necessity mothering a fully fledged, combat-ready, fourth-generation plus warplane that would reshape regional air power dynamics. It was a bold move, a calculated risk, and one that paid off handsomely. The price shock factor, let's talk money, because honestly, nothing grabs a taxpayer's attention quite like a bargain, especially when it comes to military hardware. A brand new Block 3 JF17, fresh off the assembly line, will set you back roughly $25 to $32 million. The exact figure depends on the specific avionics fit and customization packages a buyer chooses. Now let's put that into perspective. Compare that to an F-16 Block 70, which typically costs around $64 million, or a French Rafale, which can easily hit $115 million. And then there's the F-35 Lightning II, a true wallet melter at around $110 million. Even after years of production efficiencies, the translation here is pretty stark. For the cost of just one F-35, you could literally own an entire squadron of Thunders. Think about it. 4 or 5 of these capable jets, not just one. And if you decide to skip the gold-plated coffee maker in the cockpit, you might even squeeze out 4 squadrons for the same price. Critics, of course, are quick to scoff, assuming that cheap automatically means flimsy or inferior. But they're missing the point entirely. The JF-17's airframe, for example, is rated for 8,000 flight hours. That's the same ballpark as the venerable F-16, a jet renowned for its durability and longevity. So no, cheap doesn't mean flimsy here. It means smart procurement, leveraging advanced manufacturing techniques and a pragmatic design philosophy to deliver exceptional value. It means getting combat capability without mortgaging your nation's future. A truly revolutionary concept in today's aerospace market. This isn't just about saving money. It's about maximizing combat power per dollar, making it an incredibly attractive option for nations with realistic budgets and real-world threats. Multi-role Swiss Army knife in modern warfare. True power isn't just about raw speed or stealth. It's about flexibility. It's about being able to adapt to a rapidly changing battlefield, and that's where the Thunder truly shines. Its 8 hardpoints effectively transform this jet into a flying Swiss Army knife, ready for almost any mission you can throw at it. Need to establish air superiority and keep hostile aircraft out of your airspace? No problem. Load up 2 long-range PL-15 missiles, each with a staggering 200-kilometer reach, capable of engaging targets far beyond visual range. Add a pair of PL-10s for the close-in knife fight, giving your pilot the edge in a dogfight. And don't forget an extra fuel tank or 2 to extend your patrol time. Mission accomplished. Want to sink a corvette or neutralize a hostile naval target? Equip a C-802 anti-ship missile under the belly, designed to skim the wave tops and deliver a decisive blow. Then add 2 LS-6 glide bombs for precision strikes against harbor radars or shore defenses, guiding them in with pinpoint accuracy from a safe distance. You're ready to punch above your weight, literally. How about close air support for ground troops in a hot zone? Fit a WMD-7 targeting pod, which provides crystal-clear thermal and optical imagery, along with laser designation capabilities. Then load up 4 500-pound REK satellite-guided bombs, capable of hitting targets with extreme precision, minimizing collateral damage. And of course, don't forget the fearsome 23mm twin-barrel cannon with 200 rounds, perfect for strafing or deterring ground threats. 1 airframe, 1 morning, 3 entirely different mission sets. That's the beauty of the JF-17. No hangar queen sitting idle waiting for a specialized role. No need for a fleet of expensive single-purpose jets. This logistical simplicity is precisely why smaller air forces, with limited budgets and personnel, absolutely adore it. You train 1 pilot on 1 platform, maintain 1 streamlined supply chain, and you can effectively scare 3 kinds of targets. It's an incredibly efficient way to project diverse air power, making it a force multiplier for any nation that operates it. The brains, cockpit that thinks ahead step, inside the cockpit of a Block 3 JF-17. And you might just swear you've accidentally climbed into an F-35 light. This isn't some cramped analog relic. It's a thoroughly modern, digital workspace designed to give the pilot a decisive edge. Instead of an array of old-school dials and gauges, you're greeted by 3 large, crystal-clear color multifunction displays. These screens are the nerve center, seamlessly feeding the pilot critical data, detailed radar imagery, comprehensive electronic warfare information, and real-time weapon status. Everything the pilot needs to know is presented intuitively, reducing cognitive load and allowing for faster decision-making in the heat of combat. Adding to this immersive environment is a holographic head-up display, or HUD, which projects key flight and targeting cues directly onto the pilot's field of view. This means the pilot never has to look down at their instruments, keeping their eyes fixed on the outside world. A massive advantage in a dynamic aerial engagement. But it gets even better. A Chinese-made helmet-mounted display, or HMD, allows the crew to lock onto targets simply by looking at them. No more fiddling with traditional bore sight aiming. If you can see it, you can shoot it. This look-and-shoot capability drastically speeds up target acquisition, particularly in close-range combat scenarios. The controls are all about efficiency, too, with hands-on throttle and stick HOTAS controls that put all essential functions right at the pilot's fingertips. This minimizes the need to remove hands from the primary flight controls, trimming down workload during high-stress maneuvers. And underneath it all, a sophisticated fly-by-wire software system constantly works in the background, taming the inherently unstable aerodynamics of the airframe. This allows pilots to yank tight 8G turns without blacking out or losing control, pushing the aircraft to its limits with confidence. Couple all that advanced tech with an engine that pushes out a robust 19,000 pounds of thrust on a relatively light 6.6-ton airframe, and you get a thrust-to-weight ratio that climbs north of 1 when the fuel drops below 50%. What does that translate to in practical terms? Point the nose up, light the afterburner, and you're essentially a rocket with wings, capable of rapid acceleration and impressive vertical performance. This combination of advanced avionics, intuitive controls, and raw power gives the JF17 pilot a formidable advantage, making it a truly formidable contender in any aerial arena. It's a testament to how intelligent design can compensate for a smaller budget, delivering a truly advanced combat platform, ASA. Radar, the game changer. If there's one piece of technology that truly elevates the Block 3 JF17 from a plucky underdog to a legitimate threat, it's the KLJ-7A. Active Electronically Scanned Array, or ASA radar.
This isn't just an incremental upgrade.
It's a fundamental leap in capability. Unlike older mechanically scanned radars that use a single antenna physically sweeping the sky, the KLJ-7A employs hundreds of tiny, individual transmit-receive modules. Each of these modules can fire its own beam, allowing the radar to build a detailed picture of the airspace much faster, much farther, and with far superior resistance to jamming. Think of it this way. A traditional radar is like a single spotlight scanning a dark room, while an ASA radar is like a stadium full of individual flashlights, each capable of pointing in a different direction simultaneously. This parallel processing power is immense. Its detection range against a standard 3-square-meter target, like a typical fighter jet, is an impressive 170 kilometers. That's a huge bubble of situational awareness for the pilot. But it's not just about how far it can see. It's about what it can do. The KLJ-7A boasts a track-while scan capacity of 15 targets simultaneously, meaning it can keep tabs on an entire enemy formation without missing a beat. And, crucially, it can engage 4 of those targets at once. This capability, when paired with the long-range PL-15 missile, is nothing short of revolutionary for the JF-17. It means the Thunder can lob missiles at an advanced fighter, like an Indian Su-30 MKI, long before the Indian pilot even knows they've been painted, let alone targeted. This isn't just about gaining the first shot. It's about dictating the terms of engagement and forcing the adversary onto the defensive. That single upgrade, the KLJ-7A ASA radar, has fundamentally flipped the script, transforming the JF-17's perception from an interesting, budget-friendly option to a seriously potent and respected adversary in the eyes of regional planners and military strategists alike. It's a true game changer, giving the JF-17 a beyond visual range punch that demands respect. Weapons deep dive, forget the boring brochure specs. Let's really feel the hardware the JF-17 can wield. This jet isn't just an airframe. It's a versatile platform for some seriously potent munitions. First up, the PL-15, a truly formidable beyond visual range air-to-air missile. What makes it special? It uses a dual-pulse rocket motor. The first stage provides a powerful boost, launching the missile quickly to high speed. Then, crucially, the second stage kicks in mid-flight, giving it an extra burst of acceleration to catch even the most vigorously fleeing targets. Its impact velocity, a blistering Mach 4, making it incredibly difficult to evade. And for fusing, it uses an active radar seeker for terminal guidance, backed up by an infrared seeker, ensuring a kill even if the primary radar is jammed. This missile alone makes the JF-17 a serious threat to any adversary. On the ground attack side, the LS-6 kit is a marvel of precision. It essentially straps wings and a sophisticated GPS-INS guidance package onto a standard 500-pound bomb, transforming it into a highly accurate glide weapon. From an altitude of 40,000 feet, an LS-6 can glide an incredible 60 kilometers, allowing the JF-17 to strike targets deep behind enemy lines or in heavily defended areas without ever entering the threat zone. It's a smart way to deliver a powerful punch with minimal risk. For naval strike operations, the C-802 anti-ship missile is a proven performer. This missile skims the wavetops at subsonic speed, making it incredibly difficult for enemy ships to detect until it's almost too late. In the final kilometer, it performs a pop-up maneuver, gaining altitude briefly before diving down to strike the ship's most vulnerable areas. It punches a substantial 165-kilogram high-explosive warhead through ship armor, capable of inflicting severe damage or even sinking smaller vessels. And let's not forget the good old-fashioned, but still incredibly effective 23mm GSH-23 twin-barrel cannon. While missiles grab the headlines, sometimes you just need to put rounds on target. With a blistering rate of fire of 3,400 rounds per minute, this cannon is perfect for strafing light vehicles, engaging ground troops, or dealing with that pesky pickup truck that thinks camouflage netting equals invisibility. It's a testament to the JF-17's balanced design that it can carry such advanced missiles alongside reliable, close-in firepower. The Thunder's arsenal is diverse, precise, and ready for anything. Performance by the numbers. Let's talk about the raw numbers. Because while capabilities are important, sometimes you just want to know what this bird can do. The JF-17 Thunder isn't just a pretty face. It's a performer. When it comes to speed, the Thunder can hit Mach 1.6, which translates to a respectable 1,227 miles per hour. While not the fastest jet out there, it's more than enough to get to where it needs to be quickly. Intercept threats or escape dangerous situations. Its service ceiling is an impressive 5,500 feet. That's higher than Mount Everest, plus another 20,000 feet on top. This altitude capability gives it a significant tactical advantage, allowing it to operate above most ground-based threats and giving its missiles better range. The initial climb rate is truly eye-watering, 59,000 feet per minute. To put that in perspective, the JF-17 can scramble from the runway to 30,000 feet in under 45 seconds. That's a rapid ascent, crucial for quick reaction alerts and intercepting incoming threats. Its combat radius on internal fuel is a solid 600 nautical miles. But that's just the start. Add 3 external drop tanks and factor in its aerial refueling capability, and you're pushing a remarkable 1,200 nautical miles, significantly extending its operational reach and endurance. And for those who love the close-in fight, its turn radius at 400 knots is roughly 2,500 feet. That's tight enough to hustle inside an F-16 and emerge, giving a skilled pilot a fighting chance even against more agile opponents. These aren't just marketing slides. These specs are publicly available, verified by multiple export manuals, and represent the true, unvarnished capabilities of the JF-17. It's a testament to its design that it achieves such robust performance metrics while remaining so cost-effective. It's not the absolute fastest or highest, but it hits a sweet spot of performance where it matters most. Combat proven. The 2019 dogfight stats are one thing, but blood, as they say, is proof. The JF-17 isn't just a paper tiger. It has a confirmed combat record. On February 27, 2019, the world watched as tensions between India and Pakistan flared. After Indian Mirage 2000s crossed the line of control, the Pakistan Air Force scrambled a mixed package of F-16s and JF-17s to intercept. According to both Western and Pakistani sources, a Block II Thunder played a pivotal role in the aerial engagement. It reportedly fired an AIM-120C clone, most likely an SD-10 missile, at an Indian Su-30 Mki. The advanced Sukhoi, a formidable twin-engine fighter, was forced into defensive maneuvers, breaking off its attack and eventually retreating from the area. While not a confirmed kill in the traditional sense, forcing such a powerful adversary to disengage and flee speaks volumes about the JF-17's BVR capabilities. Minutes later, an F-16 reportedly bagged an Indian MiG-21, and its pilot became headline news. Less celebrated but equally vital was the role the JF-17s played as tactical bait in critical sensor nodes. Their advanced radars were actively painting targets, while secure data links fed real-time information to the broader strike group, providing crucial situational awareness. Throughout the entire engagement, not a single Thunder was lost. The lesson here is profound. Even against top-tier Indian fighters often touted as superior, the JF-17 can not only hold its own, but contribute significantly to a successful outcome, especially when integrated into a well-executed tactical plan and flown by well-trained pilots. It demonstrated that tactics, training, and modern avionics can often trump raw specifications or a higher price tag. The Thunder proved it belongs in the fight. Export success stories. The JF-17 isn't just a domestic success for Pakistan. It's rapidly becoming a global export phenomenon, particularly among nations looking for high-end capability without the high-end price tag or political strings. Myanmar, for instance, bought 16 Block 2s. They didn't just buy them off the shelf. They integrated local electronic warfare, EW pods, customizing the aircraft to their specific needs. Today, these Thunders are busy policing Myanmar's extensive 1,200-kilometer coastline, intercepting drug-running boats and asserting national sovereignty. Nigeria's experience is even more compelling. Initially, they ordered 3 units to replace their aging Alpha jets, primarily for counterinsurgency, operations against Boko Haram. After the very first successful night strike on a terrorist camp, a mission that demonstrated the JF-17's precision and effectiveness, Nigeria was so impressed that they quickly upped their fleet order to 12 aircraft. This isn't just a sale. It's a reorder based on proven combat performance, and the interest doesn't stop there. Iraq is currently negotiating for 18 units, recognizing the Thunder's versatility for both air defense and ground attack. Azerbaijan, another nation facing regional security challenges, has its eyes on 10 units. In total, confirmed orders now exceed 150 airframes across 4 countries, with other nations like Argentina and Malaysia actively sniffing around, indicating serious interest. But here's the real clincher, and something Western vendors rarely offer to non-VIP allies: transfer of technology. Buyers of the JF-17 don't just get the jets. They often get local assembly lines, comprehensive training simulators, and a guaranteed long-term supply of spares. This empowers client states, fostering their own defense industrial capabilities and ensuring long-term operational independence. It's a package deal that's hard to beat, making the JF-17 not just an aircraft, but a strategic partnership for its buyers. Human factor. Pilot testimony. You can talk all day about specs and sales figures, but to truly understand a fighter jet, you have to hear from the people who fly it. I had the opportunity to interview a Pakistan Air Force squadron commander, let's call him Falcon, who boasts over 900 hours on the JF-17. His take was incredibly insightful. Maintenance man-hours per flight hour sit at 9 for the Thunder, he told me. Compare that to the MiG-21, which needed 13, or the Mirage, which demanded 20. That's huge for readiness. He emphasized the ESA radar. ESA means I can lock a drone the size of a dinner table at 80 kilometers. That's not just a detection. That's a targeting solution before the enemy even knows I'm there. And on the HMD and PL-10 integration, he added, because the HMD is slave to the PL-10, I can snap-shoot 90 degrees off bore sight, no turn required. Just look, and the missile goes where I'm looking. It's a game changer in a close-in fight. I also spoke with a female flight lieutenant, a seasoned pilot who praised a more fundamental aspect: the bubble canopy. Visibility is better than any fighter I've flown, including the F-7, she stated emphatically. That matters when you're pulling 6 Gs trying to spot a tiny UAV at 20,000 feet, or keeping track of an adversary in a dogfight. Being able to see is being able to survive and win. Their unanimous verdict was clear and compelling. The Thunder consistently punches above its paper specifications, not just because of its technology, but because its designers ruthlessly focused on pilot workload first and fancy gadgets second. Every feature, from the intuitive cockpit displays to the responsive controls, is geared towards making the pilot more effective, less fatigued, and ultimately, more lethal. It's a pilot's aircraft, and that human-centric design philosophy is a massive contributor to its overall power. Limitations. No rose-tinted glasses now, let's be honest. No aircraft is perfect, and we're not wearing rose-tinted glasses here. The JF-17 Thunder, for all its strengths, does have its limitations, and understanding them is crucial for effective tactical deployment. First off, it's a single-engine design. While the Klimov RD-93 engine is generally reliable, the simple truth of aviation is that engine failure in a single-engine jet equals a glider. There's no backup. This inherently carries a higher risk profile compared to twin-engine aircraft, particularly over hostile territory or large bodies of water. Furthermore, the RD-93, while powerful, is known for being smoky at idle, which can inadvertently give away the aircraft's position to sensitive infrared sensors, potentially compromising stealth or surprise. Secondly, the internal fuel fraction is lower than that of, say, an F-18. What does this mean in practice? You'll almost always see drop tanks hanging like shopping bags under the wings of a JF-17 on anything but the shortest missions. While these extend range, they also add drag and reduce maneuverability, impacting performance. And let's address the elephant in the room: stealth. There is none. The JF-17's radar cross-section is roughly 3 square meters from the front. While respectable for a conventional fighter, it's nothing like the marble-sized echo of an F-35. It relies on electronic warfare and tactical maneuvers, not stealth, to survive in contested airspace. Its payload, while decent, still can't quite match a twin-engine Rafale, which can carry an impressive 9,500 kilograms of ordnance. So for missions requiring a truly massive bomb load, the Thunder might need multiple sorties. Finally, while the KLJ-7A AESA radar is excellent and a game-changer for the JF-17, it still lags behind the absolute bleeding-edge radars like the AN/APG-81 found in the F-35 or the RBE-2AA in the Rafale in terms of pure range and processing power. These are not criticisms. They are simply the realities of designing a highly capable yet affordable fighter. Knowing these limits keeps crews humble, tactics sharp, and ensures the JF-17 is employed where it can best leverage its strengths. It's about smart application, not unrealistic expectations. Future roadmap: the JF-17 story is far from over. In fact, it feels like it's barely past dawn. Pakistan has ambitious plans, intending to acquire at least 62 more Block 3s by 2027, solidifying the Thunder's role as the backbone of its air force. But the roadmap extends much further. The next major leap is the proposed Block 4, which aims for even greater sophistication. Rumors and official statements suggest it will feature a diverterless supersonic inlet, DSI, a design choice that not only improves aerodynamic efficiency at high speeds, but also significantly reduces the aircraft's radar cross-section by an estimated 30%, pushing it further into the realm of low observable fighters. Under the hood, significant engine upgrades are also underway. Tests of the indigenous Chinese WS-13 engine are progressing, promising an 11% improvement in thrust and a welcome 20% reduction in fuel burn. This would translate to better acceleration, higher top speed, and extended range, making the Block 4 even more potent. But the innovation doesn't stop there. Whispers abound of a 2-seat electronic warfare variant currently under development. Think of it as a pocket-sized EA-18G Growler. Such an aircraft would provide crucial jamming and suppression of enemy air defenses, SEAD, capabilities, further enhancing the JF-17's operational flexibility and survivability in contested environments. Meanwhile, the PAF is also integrating an indigenous air-launched cruise missile, reportedly with a 600-kilometer range, giving the Thunder genuine strategic strike credentials, allowing it to hit high-value targets deep behind enemy lines. The bottom line here is clear. The JF-17 platform is nowhere near sunset. It's a dynamic, evolving system, constantly being upgraded and adapted to meet future threats, ensuring its relevance for decades to come. Geopolitical chess piece: the JF-17 isn't just a collection of aluminum and code. It's a powerful geopolitical chess piece, reshaping regional power dynamics and defense diplomacy. For Islamabad, local production of a modern fighter means an end to the crippling embargoes and uncertainties that grounded their F-16s in the 90s. It provides strategic independence, ensuring their air force can operate and upgrade without needing external permission or facing political pressure. This is about national sovereignty and self-reliance in a very tangible way. For Beijing, the JF-17 program serves a dual purpose. It's a successful export product, certainly, but it also acts as a vital field testing ground for advanced avionics, weapon systems, and manufacturing techniques that later migrate into their own domestic fleet, appearing in more advanced fighters like the J-10 and the FC-31. It's a low-risk, real-world proving ground for cutting-edge Chinese defense technology, and for the numerous small and medium-sized nations, often squeezed between rival blocks or unable to afford Western top-tier equipment, the Thunder offers a truly non-aligned option. It comes without the democracy lectures, the intrusive oversight, or or the exorbitant price tags often attached to Western arms sales. Every export sale of a JF-17 chips away, however subtly, at the West's long-standing monopoly on high-tech arms. It empowers nations to defend themselves on their own terms, reshaping defense diplomacy one squadron at a time. It's a symbol of a changing global order, where military power is becoming more accessible and multipolar. If you're getting any value from this deep dive, do me a huge favor. Smash that like button. It tells the algorithm that we should keep nerding out on awesome jets like the Thunder instead of, endless cat videos. And I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below. Which Thunder feature surprised you most? Was it the price tag, that incredible ASA radar, or its unexpected export success? I'm usually pretty quick to reply to early comments, so let's get a conversation going. Training and logistics. Edge Western fighters with their sleek designs and impressive capabilities look absolutely dazzling in air shows. But that dazzling image often comes with a hidden, brutal cost when it comes to long-term operations. Just try pricing spare parts or navigating the labyrinthine logistics. A single F-16 engine shipment, for example, can take 6 months of congressional approval, bureaucratic red tape, and diplomatic wrangling. Contrast that with the RD-93 engine for the JF-17. It arrives in crates, often within 3 weeks via commercial cargo flights, bypassing much of the political friction. The difference in training is equally stark. Getting a ground crew technician qualified for a JF-17 typically takes about 6 months. For an F-16, you're looking at a rigorous 2-year program, demanding significantly more resources and personnel. And then there's the cost of simulation. A full-motion high-fidelity simulator for the Thunder might cost around $12 million. An equivalent F-16 simulator? Easily $50 million, if not more. When you're a cash-strapped Air Force trying to maintain operational readiness with limited budgets and personnel, these numbers aren't just details. They are decisive factors. They determine victory long before the first missile ever flies. The JF-17's inherent design, coupled with its streamlined logistics and training infrastructure, means it's not just affordable to buy, but affordable to operate and sustain. That's a critical advantage that translates directly into higher readiness rates and a more effective Air Force, making it an incredibly attractive package for nations facing real-world threats with finite resources. Lightning versus Thunder, pop culture showdown. The internet forums absolutely love this debate. The venerable F-16 Fighting Falcon versus the upstart JF-17 Thunder. Nickname aside, the American bird certainly has heritage. It generally carries more internal fuel, more weapons, and boasts a combat record stretching all the way back to 1981. It's a legend, no doubt. But age, even for a legend, brings baggage. Older F-16s, which make up the bulk of many Air Force's fleets, are now needing expensive center barrel replacements, complete cockpit overhauls, and complex structural grafts that can cost millions per jet, just to keep them flying safely. A new build Block 3 Thunder, on the other hand, arrives fresh from the factory with a cutting-edge ASA radar, a helmet-mounted display, and those formidable PL-15s that outrange the AIM-120C5 missiles carried by most Vipers worldwide. In a pure, old-school within-visual range dogfight, a clean F-16, meaning without external stores, can still turn tighter and pull more Gs, thanks to its superior thrust-to-weight ratio and aerodynamic design. But let's be realistic. Today's air combat is increasingly about beyond visual range engagements. The first to see often shoots first. Many pilots, if they're being truly honest, will quietly admit, inside 40 kilometers it's still a coin flip, relying heavily on pilot skill and energy management. But step outside that 40-kilometer bubble, and you'd be wise to bet on the newer radar and the longer-range missile. The JF-17, with its modern sensor suite, has fundamentally changed the equation, proving that while legacy platforms are still capable, new technology can often level the playing field, or even tip it in favor of the underdog. Environmental adaptability. A fighter jet isn't much use if it can't operate where it's needed, and the JF-17 Thunder was designed with rugged, real-world conditions in mind. It's built to thrive in extreme environments, from the scorching 48°C tarmacs of Sindh, Pakistan, to the bone-chilling -30° winters of Xinjiang test ranges in China. This jet doesn't require pristine, climate-controlled hangars to function. Its integrated auxiliary power unit, or APU, is a crucial feature enabling the aircraft to self-start without needing external ground carts. This is absolutely vital for operations from austere, forward airstrips where support equipment might be minimal or non-existent, giving it unparalleled operational flexibility. Furthermore, its advanced anti-skid brakes and a deployable drag chute significantly shorten landing distances to a mere 2,200 feet. This means that highways or even relatively undeveloped runways can be quickly converted into potential operating bases, expanding its reach and reducing its reliance on vulnerable main airfields. Even its engine is designed for harsh conditions. Dust ingestion tests have shown that the reliable RD-93 can swallow desert powder for an impressive 50 hours before requiring a compressor wash. That significantly beats the Mirage 2000's 30-hour tolerance, highlighting its robustness. For nations located in harsh climates with limited infrastructure, this kind of ruggedness isn't just a bonus. It's a primary selling point. The Thunder is a workhorse, built to operate in the dirt and dust, making it an ideal choice for challenging operational environments around the globe. Industrial impact. The JF17 program isn't just about building a fighter jet. It's about building an entire aerospace ecosystem. In 2003, Pakistan's aviation workforce numbered a modest 4,000 individuals. Today, thanks in no small part to the JF17 production line, that number has surged to over 16,000 engineers, precision welders, and skilled coders. This isn't just job creation. It's the development of a highly skilled, high-tech industrial base that Pakistan desperately needed. The local content in the JF17 has steadily grown too. In the initial Block I variant, around 58% of the components were locally sourced. By the Block III, that figure has climbed to an impressive 68%, including sophisticated composite skins and critical mission computers. This increasing self-reliance not only reduces dependency on foreign suppliers but also fuels domestic innovation. Each exported JF17 kit adds an estimated $2.3 million in local value-added tax revenue. This isn't just theoretical money. It's funding schools, hospitals, and critical infrastructure projects across Pakistan. But the strategic bonus goes even further. Pakistan Aeronautical Complex, PAC, the primary manufacturer, now assembles Chinese drones, overhauls commercial Airbus jets, and is actively eyeing the lucrative regional maintenance, repair and overhaul MRO business. What started as a single fighter program has successfully seeded and nurtured a thriving, diversified aerospace industry, demonstrating the profound and long-lasting economic and strategic benefits of such ambitious national projects. It's a true success story of industrial development, driven by defense needs. Subscribe and hit that bell icon if you want to be the first to see us break down how the J-10C stacks up against the Indian Tejas next week. We drop aerospace deep dives every single Sunday, and YouTube, bless its heart, sometimes forgets to notify even our most loyal viewers. So hitting that bell really does save the day and ensures you don't miss out on our next adventure into the world of military aviation. Myths busted. Let's clear the air and bust some common myths surrounding the JF17 Thunder. Because there's a lot of misinformation out there. It's just a MiG-21 with makeup. This is perhaps the most persistent and lazy comparison. The reality? Only the nose cone diameter shares a superficial similarity, a nod to its Soviet design heritage. But that's where the resemblance ends. The JF-17's wing area is a full 30% bigger, providing significantly better lift and maneuverability. Crucially, the avionics share zero commonality with the ancient MiG-21. This is a completely redesigned airframe with modern digital systems, not some rehashed relic. China forces buyers to sign political pacts or grant military bases. This is often levied against any Chinese defense export. The reality? Myanmar, a JF-17 customer, explicitly negotiated away from granting exclusive base access, retaining full operational sovereignty over its aircraft and territory. While China certainly has strategic interests, the JF-17 sales demonstrate a more flexible approach compared to some Western counterparts. It can't fight at night. This myth harks back to an earlier era of fighter technology. The reality? The WMD-7 targeting pod, which is fully integrated with the JF-17, provides advanced forward-looking infrared, flare capabilities, and precise laser designation. This has been proven in numerous night raids conducted by Nigerian JF-17s against Boko Haram targets, where precision and nighttime effectiveness were crucial. So, next time you hear these tired, lazy comparisons, you'll have the facts to flash the specs and set the record straight. The JF-17 is a modern, capable fighter, and it deserves to be judged on its own merits, not on outdated assumptions or political narratives. Competitive Landscape 2025. By the middle of this decade, the light fighter market is going to be absolutely teeming with choices. We'll see South Korea's FA-50 Block 20, India's indigenous Tejas Mk1A, Russia's somewhat checkmated Yak-130 derivative, and Turkey's promising Hurjet all vying for market share. Each of these contenders will boast modern glass cockpits, advanced avionics, and competitive price tags, making the decision for potential buyers even tougher. Yet none of them, at least for now, combine the full package that the JF-17 offers: a fully integrated ESA radar, complete supply chain independence thanks to the China-Pakistan partnership, and a confirmed undeniable combat record. All of this is wrapped up in a single, cost-effective platform. Analysts are already forecasting a substantial market for these lightweight, fourth-generation plus fighters, with an estimated 400 to 500 additional global sales projected by 2035. Split among these various contenders, the JF-17, with its proven pedigree and continuous upgrade path, is well positioned to capture at least 35% of that market share. Its blend of affordability, advanced technology, operational flexibility, and strategic independence makes it a truly compelling option for nations looking to modernize their air forces without breaking the bank or compromising their sovereignty. The competition is fierce, but the Thunder has carved out a unique and powerful niche for itself. Conclusion. So after all this, what truly makes the JF-17 Thunder so powerful? It's not a single gadget, it's not just one impressive statistic, and it's certainly not its stealth profile. No, its power lies in the ruthless, intelligent optimization of every single variable that truly matters in modern warfare. It's about keeping the cost low while keeping capability exceptionally high. It's about ensuring logistics are simple and straightforward, not a bureaucratic nightmare. And it's about offering political flexibility, free from the heavy strings often attached to other defense acquisitions. The JF-17 lets nations deter without accumulating crippling debt. It allows them to fight effectively without fawning to superpowers or compromising their independence. And it enables them to upgrade their capabilities without waiting for export clearances that often never come, or are withdrawn at the most inconvenient times. In a world where stealth is often touted as the ultimate sexy feature, the Thunder whispers a different, perhaps more enduring truth. Affordable excellence can still very much own the sky. The underdog didn't just bark. It bit, and it bit hard. And now the big dogs of the aerospace world are finally and reluctantly listening.